Yeah, well, I think just one thing I like to share is that, I one of the things I like to tell people is that I'm the most messed up one out of anybody. I just have chosen to do the work. And I think that that's really important because I think that a lot of times, like, we think that people in the spiritual community should have it all figured out, and reality is that I don't think any of us have it figured out, right? And we're all making mistakes, and I think that it's just important to let people know, like, look, none of us have it all figured out, and that the only real difference between somebody who looks like they have it figured out and somebody who looks like they're still struggling is that you're willing to look at those parts of yourself that maybe somebody else might be addicting or avoiding or distracting away from, and get honest with yourself and get honest with others. And realizing too, this is something old that I used to say, but it's just coming through right now. Like, we can't save our ass and our face at the same time. Like, for me, it was just like I had to just, one of the most helpful things, I had to feel my feelings and do the somatic work. But I think it's also important to be able to talk about the things that are going on in our life. And, for men, the masculine, feminine stuff, having, men's group, and women's having women's circles, right, where they can just be really honest and raw and vulnerable about the things that are coming up for them, right? And this is Earth School, right? And we're on this giant ball floating through space, and, I don't think, I think we're all sort of fumbling through life trying to figure it out. And I think that the tools like meditation and self-love and, breath work is another thing I haven't talked about, which has been a game changer, really help make navigating this experience a little bit easier. The last thing I'll say is this, is that I listened to Neil Donald Walsh. You had him on your podcast?
Yeah, a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, so he talked about how if you take the age of the earth and you lay it out for purpose of scale over the course of a calendar year, that human beings, like as we are, didn't show up on that calendar year until the last 60 seconds. So what he said is that we're like human beings playing with matches, right? We're like little kids playing with matches, right? So give yourself, I guess the thing I'd say is give yourself some grace, right? And forgive yourself, learn to love yourself. There's no bad parts of you. Every part of you is worthy of love.